Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be comparing not a weapon, but a character, or an AI type from the Halo series. And we are going to be comparing specifically the Flood combat form, and more specifically, the human Flood combat forms. So, the Flood combat form has been in 3 Halo games, and for once, I'm actually pretty glad that I don't have to skip any Halo games because we don't have tools to access them, such as Halo 5 and Halo 2 Anniversary. But fortunately, the Flood doesn't exist in those games, so we don't have to worry about that this time. So we got Halo 1, 2, and 3 to cover for today. So it's a pretty straightforward comparison, actually. And the Flood combat form itself, especially the human Flood combat form, is a very straightforward species or specimen to compare. So let's take a look and see which Halo game has the strongest Flood combat form. So starting with Halo 1, the Flood combat form, the very original one, as far as the series is concerned, has a health of 80 points. Its health does not recharge, and it does a melee damage of 30. And then using a Halo 3 assault rifle, which does 75 points of damage per second, it has a time to kill of 1.07 against a Halo 1 human Flood combat form. So that's Halo 1, it's the first one, it's our baseline stats. Now, let's take a look at Halo 2, where the Flood have returned. And a lot of changes have been made, actually. The Flood in Halo 2, they can break apart a lot more easily, and they can be revived by Flood infection forms. Whereas in Halo 1, sometimes they just get back up on their own. But anyways, let's take a look at the stats now to see how Halo 2's human Flood combat form stacks up to Halo 1's. So, starting with the health, Halo 2's Flood combat form has a lot more health than Halo 1's. Well, actually 20 points more, but it has 100 points of health, and its health actually can recharge now. It takes 10 seconds to recharge its health fully, but there's a delay of 20 seconds before its health actually starts recharging. And then, it has a melee damage of 40, which is a little bit higher than Halo 1's melee damage as well. And using the Halo 3 assault rifle, it takes 1.33 seconds to kill the Halo 2 human Flood combat form, which is a little bit longer than Halo 1's Flood combat form. So, moving on to Halo 3, the last Halo game where the Flood make an appearance, so far. Hint hint, Halo Infinite Flood appearance, possibly, question mark. But anyways, the Halo 3 Flood has changed a bit as well. Appearance-wise, they're still recognizable, of course, but now the Flood infection forms can infect a Marine and turn them into a human Flood combat form while they're still alive, whereas in Halo 2, they can't do that. But anyways, as for their stats, it's basically the same thing as Halo 2's, same health, 100 points of health. However, and I was actually kind of surprised by this, but apparently Halo 3's Flood human combat forms don't recharge their health when they're damaged. So any damage done to them is quite permanent. As for their melee damage, it actually drops a lot in Halo 3. It is now 25 points of damage, which is even less than Halo 1's. But the time to kill remains the same, 1.33 seconds, using the Halo 3 assault rifle. So, these are pretty simple comparisons. The stats are pretty clear and everything this time around. I know like in previous comparisons with some weapons or certain characters like elites, there were some gray areas, like in some cases, like some AIs did more damage but had less health, or vice versa. But in this case, it's pretty clear. Halo 2's human Flood combat forms are all around, in every single category we've compared, the best and the strongest. They have the most health, well, same health as Halo 3, but they have more health than Halo 1, and they do the most melee damage of all the other human Flood combat forms in any Halo game. And they can actually heal a little bit when they've been damaged. It takes a while for them to heal, like a long time, and it's negligible at this point. But it gives them even more of an advantage than they already have on top of everything else. So with that in mind, Halo 2's Flood combat forms, human Flood combat forms, are definitely the strongest. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this comparison. It's a little bit shorter, but it's obviously simpler and straightforward. But if you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you'd like me to compare next as far as AIs go. Pretty much doing AI comparisons every Wednesday now, and of course weapon comparisons every Saturday, I suppose, or Sunday. But anyways, just let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to get around to it soon. And then that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.